Have you ever heard a sound in the dead of night that made your blood run cold? A strange, guttural noise that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once? In the high Andes of Peru and Bolivia, when darkness falls upon remote villages and lonely roads, there's a sound that everyone fears, a harsh, raspy cry that sounds like jar. Jarjacha. It is the call of the Jarjacha, one of the most terrifying creatures in South American folklore. Welcome to the world in darkness. Tonight, we delve into the story of a monster born from a forbidden act. The legend of the Jarjacha is not just a ghost story. It's a chilling moral tale deeply woven into the fabric of Andean culture. Its origin is tied to one of the most severe taboos, incest. According to the tradition, when a person commits this grave sin and dies without repenting, their soul finds no peace. It cannot ascend to the realm of the Andean gods, nor can it rest in the earth. Instead, it is condemned to a horrific existence, trapped between worlds. As night falls, especially during the new moon, this tormented spirit undergoes a monstrous transformation. It becomes the Jarjacha, losing all traces of its humanity, forever enslaved by its guilt and shame. Imagine walking alone on a winding mountain path, the air thin and cold, the only light coming from the distant stars. Suddenly, you hear it, a ragged, heavy breathing behind you. Then this sickening rasping sound, jar. A putrid smell fills the air, a mix of wet animal and decay. Your heart pounds in your chest. You know you are not alone. The Jarjacha is near. Villagers whisper stories of its impossible speed, how it chases down those who dare to wander alone in the darkness. It doesn't just hunt randomly. The creature is drawn to others who carry their own secret sins, as if it wants to drag them into the same damnation. Its presence is a physical manifestation of guilt, a predator that hunts the souls of the impure. The physical description of the Jarjacha is the stuff of nightmares. It's a grotesque fusion of human and llama, but twisted and deformed. Picture a creature with the long, skeletal body of a llama, but with a contorted human face embedded in its head. Its fur is dark, matted, and filthy. Its limbs are long and thin, allowing it to move with an erratic, unnaturally fast gait. Its eyes are perhaps the most terrifying feature, two burning red embers that glow in the dark, capable of paralyzing anyone who meets their gaze. Its mouth is filled with sharp, crooked teeth, from which its signature, horrifying cry emerges. In some regional variations of the legend, the Jarjacha is even more monstrous, described as having two heads, sometimes facing opposite directions, constantly screaming and arguing with each other throughout the night. This represents the internal conflict and eternal torment of the soul trapped within. The Jarjacha's curse has specific rules. It cannot bear the light of day. When the sun rises, it is forced back into its human form, living among others, perhaps even its own family, hiding its monstrous secret. This duality is part of its torment. By day, a seemingly normal person. By night, a ravenous beast. This creates a deep paranoia within communities. Who among them carries this terrible curse? There are a few ways to confront the creature. Legends say that if someone recognizes the Jarjacha and calls out the human name of the person it once was, the monster will shriek in agony and flee, overwhelmed by the shame of being exposed. Its connection to its former identity is both its weakness and its eternal punishment. However, a more definitive and brutal method is also told. If villagers manage to capture the Jarjacha and burn it, the curse is broken, but at a terrible cost. At sunrise, the person who was the Jarjacha is found dead in their bed, their body covered in the very same burns inflicted upon the creature. It is a grim, violent end to a life defined by sin and secrecy. More than just a monster to scare children, the Jarjacha serves a powerful cultural purpose. It is a constant, terrifying reminder of the importance of social and spiritual order in Andean communities. The creature embodies the consequences of breaking sacred laws, representing shame, divine punishment, and the fracturing of the family unit. The fear it inspires is a tool for maintaining moral integrity, ensuring that the community's values are upheld. The story of the Jarjacha is a warning that some sins are so profound they follow you beyond the grave, transforming you into a monster that will forever haunt the living. So, if you ever find yourself in the remote highlands of the Andes, listen closely to the sounds of the night. And if you hear a chilling cry of Jarjacha echoing through the mountains, don't look back. Just run. Because you might be the next person to discover that some legends are all too real. Thanks for joining us in the World in Darkness. If you enjoyed this journey into folklore and fear, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration of the shadows. Until next time, stay safe.